Imagine stepping onto a crisp, peaceful university campus. The autumn leaves are just starting to turn, casting this beautiful golden hue over the brick pathways. We're watching a group of highly established alumni, men and women who have spent years building these incredibly demanding, impressive careers. They're arriving from all different walks of life, taking a really rare break from their crazy schedules to visit their beloved old professor, a man who profoundly shaped their younger minds. Step inside the professor's home with them. The second that door opens, you can almost physically feel the comfort of the room. It's absolutely filled with warm hugs, easy laughter, and the joyful sharing of memories between old friends reuniting after years apart. Sunlight is just streaming through the windows, creating this perfect sanctuary away from the outside world. But as everyone settles in, a subtle mystery starts to unfold. Why would a simple pot of coffee, brewed right here in this very room, come to hold one of the most profound truths these wildly successful professionals would ever hear?
Well, as the afternoon wears on, that joyful atmosphere subtly begins to shift. The initial buzz of the reunion kind of settles down. The graduates sink a bit deeper into their comfortable chairs, and the conversation slowly turns away from those fond, carefree college memories and anchors heavily onto the stark, heavy realities of their modern lives.
You can actually hear the tone in the room change as they begin to share their deepest complaints. They're talking really candidly about the crushing stress of their careers. They speak of this relentless pursuit of financial security, the immense pressure of climbing corporate ladders, and the endless, exhausting demands of maintaining these highly successful lives they've worked so incredibly hard to establish. You can hear the sheer weight of success in their voices. It's like this invisible burden they're carrying around every single day.
Now, the wise old professor is just sitting there in his armchair, listening patiently to all their struggles. He nods, his eyes filled with this gentle empathy. He doesn't interrupt them, and he definitely doesn't try to offer a quick, easy fix. Instead, as the heavy conversation just keeps rolling on, he quietly stands up and steps away, making a silent departure to the kitchen to prepare something for his weary guests.
Moments later, he returns. He's carrying a large, steaming pot of freshly brewed coffee on this heavy silver tray. But right beside the pot is a strikingly diverse, almost chaotic assortment of cups. There are exquisite porcelain teacups, sparkling crystal glasses, plain glass mugs, and even some really cheap plastic cups. Some look incredibly expensive and delicate, while others look entirely ordinary, worn, and, well, cheap.
Setting the tray down gently on the coffee table, the professor smiles warmly at his former students. He simply says, "Help yourselves to the coffee." He then just steps back. He's setting the stage for a profound, unspoken test, quietly observing his guests as they lean forward to pour their drinks. Watch what happens next, because it's fascinating. Without even a second thought, every single guest instinctively reaches for the most beautiful, expensive-looking cups. Hands dart straight toward the crystal and the fine porcelain. It's a totally automatic response. It's this deeply ingrained instinct we all have to choose the absolute best of what is offered, leaving the lesser options behind. Once everyone has a steaming cup in their hands, the reality of the tray is revealed. Left behind, sitting completely untouched in the center of the table, are only the plain, cheap, and ordinary-looking cups. The plastic and the plain glass sit there entirely ignored by this room full of highly established professionals.
The guests take their seats, blowing on their hot drinks, and as they settle back down, the professor gently breaks the comfortable silence. "If you noticed," he observes quietly, "all the nice-looking, expensive cups were taken up, leaving behind the plain and cheap ones." As those words just kind of hang in the air, you can see the realization slowly begin to dawn on the faces around the room. He continues, and his voice is just calm and steady. "While it is completely normal for you to want only the best for yourselves, that right there is the source of your problems and stress." He pauses, letting this huge realization sink deep into their minds. Their natural, relentless drive for the finest things, that constant reaching for the crystal and porcelain of life, is exactly what is causing their deep spiritual exhaustion. Then he makes this quiet yet absolutely piercing point. Be assured that the cup itself adds no quality to the coffee. The expensive vessel does absolutely nothing to improve the taste, the warmth, or the comfort of the drink. In most cases, it is simply more expensive to acquire, and honestly, in some cases, its ornate design even hides what we are actually drinking.
The professor highlights a subtle tragedy that just played out perfectly before his very eyes. What all of them really wanted, what they truly craved in that exact moment, was simply the coffee. But they consciously fought for the best cups. And then, almost immediately upon sitting down, they began eyeing each other's cups, comparing what they had secured with what their neighbor held.
Now, he reveals the central, powerful metaphor of the afternoon. He looks around the room and tells them, life is the coffee. The jobs, the money, and your position in society, those are just the cups. They are merely the vessels meant to hold and contain our existence.
These societal cups are really just tools. The type of cup we manage to acquire neither defines nor changes the actual quality of the life we are living inside it. Whether you are drinking from a crystal goblet or a chipped ceramic mug, the warmth of the coffee remains exactly the same. The vessel does not define the contents.
The professor's voice softens even more, delivering a truth that echoes through the quiet living room. Sometimes, by concentrating only on the cup, we fail to enjoy the coffee God has provided us. It's such a moment of deep reflection. How often do we miss life's simple, genuine joys, the beautiful moments right in front of us, simply because we are entirely consumed by chasing a better, shinier cup?
He smiles, offering them a beautiful contrast to their exhausting pursuit of material wealth. God brews the coffee, not the cups, he reminds them softly. It's an invitation to just let go of the relentless striving and simply appreciate the genuine, simple blessings of life. A beautiful reminder to sit back, breathe, and just enjoy your coffee.
The happiest people, he concludes, looking at each of his former students, don't have the best of everything. They just make the best of everything. It's an uplifting, emotional truth that completely bypasses all the defensive walls they built up over their careers, bringing a profound, immediate sense of peace to the weary room. From this quiet living room, we're left with a peaceful resolution to our own heavy burdens. 5 gentle maxims for savoring the rich brew of life. Number 1, live simply. Number 2, love generously. Number 3, care deeply. Number 4, speak kindly. And 5, leave all the rest to God. Because when we practice these things, the pressure of the vessel simply fades away.
As we leave the professor's home and step back out into the fast-paced world, we carry this beautiful story with us. So as you go about the rest of your day, take a quiet moment and ask yourself, which cup have you been focusing on today? Are you endlessly chasing the vessel, or are you finally taking the time to truly savor the coffee?